I was like, like legit.
I think niggas didn't understand that. Like, I don't think none of the homies knew I was capable of doing that. I didn't think I was capable of doing it. Like,
shit. I mean, from everything that he had shown me before, like I was like, there's something here.
I'd say I knew you were, but I wasn't expecting.
You wasn't.
That's the thing.
That's the thing. I wouldn't say like. I think I wasn't expecting it myself either.
Because like at that point, I knew you were working. I knew you were in the studio. Yeah. But then when I heard it, I was like, I know he's in the studio.
Yeah,
like he's actually working. Like I was like, wow, this is it.
It was just work, dog. Like niggas been in the studio, and like not knowing what's gonna happen when you in the shit. It's like, bro, it gives you all the reason to go harder because you don't know what's gonna pop out of the studio when you make these records.
What's the studio life like though? Like when you go in there, like what is like what's that feeling like? You know what I mean? Like when you're actually working on a project. Yeah, you know what I mean.
So the Bootmobile, I can give you a short story about like going to those sessions was like incredible, bro. Because for one, it was like I've never been to a studio, actually like a studio when I recorded the Bootmobile. Because I would say I recorded the Bootmobile in LA. Even though the first record was recorded in Texas 2 years ago, like that's an LA studio session. So. Me being my first time in the actual studio because I did so much self-recording, it was amazing, dog. Because like the homie Bishop, like I'm on his studio time first and foremost. Like I'm using his studio time.
Oh no shit.
Yes, the whole time, bro. This is
because like, you were in there actively too. I remember this was social media, like on Snapchat all the time in the studio, and I'm just like, this fool's paid
all the time. I really
I didn't know it was someone else's.
It was on the homie studio because nigga, he's like the J-Rock of the homies, like because like I say J-Rock not meaning like he kicked down the doors for all of us because like nigga, who gets studio time and share it with the homies? Nobody does that shit. Because studio time is like $300.
It's expensive.
Yeah. It's very expensive. And the shit that was in the studio, they price it based off of the microphone you're recording off of, the quality, the computer. They do it all off that shit. So
and did they usually supply like an actual producer or like a technician?
An engineer. So that's another thing. Like the engineer gets paid off of what we do in the studio. So even though it's Bishop's studio, we're off his session, off his engineer, and he has to put in the invoice to the actual the company like, yo, such was in here for 8 hours, pay me for 8 hours, my rate is like $20 an hour. That's just hypothetically speaking. So that's how it worked. So when Bishop is like, we'll go to the studio, me and Bishop. This is before the Bootmobile even.
Yeah.
You know, we'll find a way to the studio. At the time it was TK, he was driving us to the studio. And yeah, we all in TK. He had the nigga got the new Toyota Camry, nigga. Yeah. Everywhere in that bitch.
Oh, that's just nice.
Bishop got a meeting.
No, that's just nice.
That's how it is. Bishop got a meeting, nigga. We going to like North Hollywood. Bishop at the time it's just Bishop at this time. He got a meeting with such label. We going. Everybody going. That's how it was. We pack in the car. We go, and that's how we got around. So Bishop was like, right before I came back to California from Texas, he was like, yo, I got my manager hooked me up at the studio to where I can go over there and record anytime I want. And what I want to do is I want to get y'all niggas in there, y'all run my studio time. So I'm like, all right, for sure. So the minute I got out here, bro, I was already in studios. Only because Brigma was already cracking A-Check. They had got a manager. Bishop had got a manager that he was cracking. So it's like, yo, there's no way I can't record because these niggas blessed with studio time. So, but the Lemon Tree, that is a classic, nigga. We got a ton of footage that we have not dropped yet.
I think you were looking at some stuff right now, weren't you?
Yes,
right
that was. I was like,
bro, what's this?
We recorded bangers in that motherfucker. But for the most part, from that being my first experience, it's crazy as fuck, bro. Because I've never like thought I would be the person inside the studios, like relying on the engineer.
It's so like surreal.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm actually in this motherfucker. And not only that, dog, this is Skrillex studio. So like, nigga, Skrillex will walk in that motherfucker. Like one time, as soon as I made Lift Me Up, nigga, as soon as me and Bishop was going crazy in the studio, like, yo, this shit fire. Skrillex walks in this motherfucker, bro. Skrillex, nigga, like Skrillex walks in and he looks at me and Bishop like eye contact and he started bobbing his head like, yo, this shit is fire.
You gonna get that Skrillex remix? Lift Me Up?
Probably, nigga. I don't know.
Fire.
I need the chili though.
Hey, we might just take over the rave scene.
Probably. Hey, those records could be rave shit.
Womp. Like, that'd be dope, dog.
Yeah. So, bro, this nigga walking the studio, he bobbed his head. And I'm like, and then Bishop was like, yo, that's Skrillex right there. I'm like, nigga, what? Like, what? We just recorded this. This nigga already coming in bobbing his head and shit is crazy. But like just little shit like that happened at Lemon Tree, like where you'll walk in and you'll meet like a producer that did ASAP Rocky shit and they fuck with our music and it's like it's brazy, bro. It's like, damn, nigga, like I'm really out here in LA. Like,
yeah,
I'm really here.
Yeah,
like being from IE and like being this nigga that's like so secluded. I'm out here and it's like, yo, this shit is crazy.
But do you feel like also like pressure because now there's no more excuses? Like now,
of course, like
you know, you have the resources that you didn't have before.
100%,
you know what I'm saying?
100%. I think it's even more pressure because when you know you have something extremely fire and you know that it's going to make like if it's not going to make. It's going to make more noise than what you expect. Like, it's more pressure because it's like, how can you come back and do that? How can you come back and show people that you do it again? Mm-hmm. So, like, and I was talking, like, to, you know, I ain't no clout nigga, but I'm going to drop some shit. Like, I was talking to this A&R from RCA. I sat down with this nigga. He was like, it's very natural to have more pressure when you extend it and shit because, like, it is like you have more responsibilities. So, let's say the Boofmobile comes out. Now I have to figure out a way to top the Boofmobile.
Yeah,
a way to top my last single, my last video. Mm-hmm. That is the ultimate pressure you deal with. Yeah. So like
you're competing with yourself.
You're competing with yourself. Fuck everybody else in the field. Fuck it.
I feel like that's where a lot of artists have trouble with
that. That is because some people fall flat because there will always be the like this was their pinnacle of an album. Yeah. And then the pressure gets to people, or they want to change their sound, and people don't fuck with it.
Yeah, I mean, look at like Bryson Tiller, like
exactly.
That's like
or see some people wait too long.
Example. Because Bryson came out and he smashed the fucking R&B door.
Killed it.
Like, he killed it.
Killed it.
Flawless project from front to back. And it's like, how do you deal with this? And on top of that, you got timing. You got to deal with due dates. You know, motherfuckers gonna put due dates on you. But then that's why you admire niggas like Kendrick who say, how do you drop Good Kid, Mad City? And then you take 2 years to pull out an album that nobody's expecting, and it still smashes.
Still.
So that's how, when you go into those of who's a great, you look at shit like that because, like, nigga, you put out a fucking crazy album. You took 2 to 3 years to finish the album and release it, and it's nothing that we expected, but we still fuck with it. Yeah, you're great. So it's like these are the pressures you deal with.
He dropped B-sides of Untitled and Mastered, and this shit was still fire.
And it's still smacked.
So that's just I mean, I guess. With anything in life, though, is just your ability to adapt.
Adaptability. That's what makes us human.
It's adapt or perish.